It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Southside. Some more label, going straight from the dirt. Double my grind, just a triple my word. Rockin' the same clothes from the first to the third. Say what you want. Motivated by grace, but I don't like them. It's for the industry and all them haters that comprise it. I own my image and likeness. I'm fighting like Leonidas. To be righteous is key. I had to make my circle tighter, cause they life is the street. I'm from the jungle where you kill what you eat. I love the feast. Taught myself how to cook, it was Franks and butter beans. Hot summers, no treats. Niggas born with no retreat. If they gotta get you, they willing to shoot you right through the priest. That's where I'm raised at. Took day back. Y'all niggas listening to slave rap. Just got my chain back, crafted by Arabs. Wait, I got a blade strapped under the wave cap. My city full of niggas bleeding like a fucking ASAS. So when I say I overcame the odds, I don't pray to God. Watch niggas that was shaving hard, had to take a charge till I came to change the cards. Hey, I ain't got no words for y'all. I don't do the rap beats. I'm trying to get my girl to drop.
But I know it's gonna get better than this, for sure. I don't have everything that I want, but if there's one thing that I know, it's gonna get better than this, for sure.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody is doing well out there today. In this particular video, we're going to be getting into a Pusha T reference track for one of Kanye's most beloved songs in recent years, as in Life of the Party. All right? Y'all know Life of the Party. That record features Andre 3000 on it. Andre is reminiscing on his mother and a lot of different things. Ye talks about his as well on the song. But now we have a reference track of Pusha T actually recording this verse. And, you know, it's not so much of a surprise about Kanye having writers. It's something we've discussed many times here on this channel. But that was one of the songs that I thought he had wrote the verse for, because it was personal to him. You know what I mean? But lo and behold, we now have Pusha T's voice. Now, there is some discussion out there about the authenticity of this reference track. Some people believe it's fake. Some people may believe that it's AI. But I did some checks. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. I don't know. I don't think it's AI. Okay? I put it into my detection thing over here on YouTube to see if it was good to go. And we got a copyright update that basically says this is real. Okay? But I'm going to show y'all that shortly. Let me go ahead and pull up this post so we can play it. If it happens to be deleted from the video when you get to it, it's because YouTube came and said you got to pull it. All right? But y'all should know that by now, most of y'all that follow me over here. But we always have somebody that asks. So we've got this guy on Twitter named Gauge Music. The first thing before he posted this, he said, should I post the Kanye West Life of the Party Pusha T reference track, since we all know Kanye don't write his raps? A whole fraud. Okay, so he posted that on March 18th of this year. And he decided to follow up last night and actually post said reference track. He says, better late than never. Ha! The Pusha T reference track for Kanye West's Life of the Party. Now, we know Pusha T has been doing interviews, you know, for this new Clips album, Let God Sort Him Out. He's been kicking Ye's back in. He's been kicking Travis Scott back in. And it feels very interesting that after those sentiments have been released publicly, we now get a public release of Pusha T rapping some Ye lyrics. Now, of course, again, it shouldn't be no surprise, but interestingly enough, I think Pusha T's name hasn't come up all that much as it pertains to Ye's music. We hear a lot of Sci-Hi. We hear some Travis Scott come up. We hear Consequence's name in circulation. Among others, Rhyme Fest. But not so much Pusha T, although of course he is one of the more talented rappers in that were in that circle. But his name didn't come up as much. Anyway, let's get to it.
Straight from
Yeah, what you doing?
put my
But I definitely know a couple niggas from that way, from where Pusha's from, Virginia Beach, that say that. Won't. And if y'all can remember my interview with I'll Be Back, who's still a part of Ye's circle to this day, he says, you know, he's been in the studio for a lot of those albums, and even with the help that he gets, he still has input on everything, right? So that also transforms a little bit of my perspective, but that's Pusha laying it all down, right? But we can't tell who wrote what, because typically he has multiple people that are putting input into the lyrics anyway. Let's get to the last piece.
don't say this shit. We ain't picking cotton, but wait a cotton picking minute. Let me stop playing with it. Got a plan and ran with it. Hopped in the land with it.
Y'all
In
hear
the
that? That's that in the end with it, up in the end. If you go back to late registration, you go back to, you know what I mean? You'll hear those same cadences and intonations on those projects. This is before Pusha became a part of that. Now, again, it could be somebody else that's been around too putting that in there, because, you know, Consequence does that same kind of thing. If you listen to Consequence, you can go listen to Don't Quit Your Day Job. Anyway, so that is the Pusha T reference.
don't say this shit. We ain't picking cotton, but wait a cotton picking minute.
You just gonna come intrude on my motherfucking head like that, Push? Yeah. But yeah, that's Pusha T Life of the Party reference vocals, okay? So, as I stated earlier, I have this here. This is a screenshot from, I have this registered. That means that somebody from Kanye's camp put this in for it to be claimed. Life of the Party OG. So, as I stated before, for anybody who's out there thinking that this is AI, I would beg to differ, because it shows you in your face, Life of the Party OG, registered by Yeezy LLC through Two Lost Distribution. Shout out to my niggas over there at Two Lost too. Shout out to Dame Ritter. Now, ironically, just as this was hitting the scene and I'm gathering my materials to create content for today, I see this video here of Common, and this is on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. This is very recent. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn is Carmelo Anthony's podcast where he interviews artists, athletes, basketball players, etc. And in this particular clip, we have Common speaking on him watching Ye write the song Heard Him Say in 10 minutes. So this is without any help in the studio. This is without any additional writers. He goes into detail of the situation that led to Kanye making the song Heard Him Say, which also pushes back on the inclination that Ye doesn't write anything at all. However, when you think of Heard Him Say, we're talking about 2005, where he may have been a lot more hands-on with his work versus the latter parts of his career.
I got more memories of joints I passed on, beats that he made for me that ended up being like that song I Wouldn't Get Far. I think it was who made that?
Ooh.
And then Dreams by Game.
Yeah.
And even some of Kanye's, like that song on a lot of his late registration album, I Wonder, or even this song I Heard Him Say. He made that beat for me. He made that beat for I was
Hey, hold on.
say.
And you said I'm good, or you were like, or he was just like, hold on,
He wasn't ready, man. Let me tell you. It was one of those things.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you, it was like, damn. It was like he made that beat, and that beat was. I was like, this beat dope. This beat dope. And then I was like, he said, man, you want it? I was like, man, I gotta, because it didn't feel like it was fitting my album, the album beat. It wasn't fit. So I was like, nah, you good. He's like, wait, he said, you want it? And I said, nah. He said, are you sure? I was like, nah, I'm good. I promise you, he wrote that song in 10 minutes. He heard him say, in 10 minutes. I sat there and watched this man write the song. He had just made the beat, and he wrote the song, the whole song. I said, whew. I said, yo, this was meant for you. It was just meant for you, because I can't front. I wasn't gonna do what he did to that beat, and sometimes you gotta know that, like, but as I look back, that beat was cold. Like, I heard him say, I wonder was dope, man. It's at least 10 Ye beats out there that I passed on. Even on one of those albums, he like Common passed on the beat. I turned it to a jam. Everything I'm not, maybe everything I am.
Oof.
Yeah, I didn't pass on.
All right, so that's Common. Speaking on him watching Ye write Heard Him Say in 10 minutes, as he initially turned down that beat because he didn't feel like it fit his album all that well, or he may not have just been creatively in the space to write to the beat, because that's a lot of times what ends up happening is a beat will be fire, but just because a beat is fire don't mean that you're in the headspace to actually create to it, and then it gets passed on to somebody else, and then you like, fuck. But you can't force it. You know what I'm saying? But even looking at this, it's just crazy to think about, like, none of these guys are in that circle no more. Common left, Pusha left. I don't know where Sahai is. It doesn't seem like he's in that circle no more. He really been chilling around Atlanta and, hinting towards putting out a classic, but we need you to step outside, Mr. Seidel. Seidel Young, please step the fuck outside. No Dope on Sundays needs a follow-up. Them skits you was doing in that fucking... I don't know how many of y'all seen them skits that nigga was doing in the jail cell during the pandemic. Where the fuck them songs at? Anyway. Big Sean, gone. Big Sean put a lot of pen to the paper around there too. From graduation on up. So it's just wild, man. And then, of course, to see Pusha T finally speaking out, finally letting his voice be heard, because for a long time, he just, he would speak against his actions, but wouldn't speak on him as a person, as a man. For him to come out and say, I don't think you're a man. Man, that's different. And then we get a fucking reference track right when these niggas is rolling out they fucking album, and yo ass sitting around with Dave Blunts thinking about what the fuck y'all finna make on some AI shit. Ain't that about a bitch? But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Much love and respect. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.